Alrighty. Going live. Let me double check everything on the YouTubes. Alright, and there we are. Hello everybody, and welcome to Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. This game came out a few years ago now, and I don't know as much about it as I should, because although the music and the art and the writing was pretty great, I only played a couple hours of it before I started college, my first year of college a couple years back, and I was just like too busy, so I was like whatever, and I put it off. So this game's a little bit of old news. If you've heard of it by now, you've probably also seen it, but it is also comfy as fuck, and I figured it would be great. I've got shot glass with me and a little bit of alcohol so we can enjoy the bartending together. Welcome, good day. I see you in the chat. Always great to see you around. Hello. So I'm going to real quick let the opening cutscene play for you guys. You can do that by see that? It's a little trickerino. Glitch City, 2070X AD. A city that shouldn't exist, a tax haven where corporations and criminal empires reign supreme. In this place, all human life has been infected with nanomachines to keep them in check. Over them stand the White Knights, who ensure that a corrupt government's laws are obeyed. Here, brutality in all its forms is an everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases at an alarming rate. For many, this can be overwhelming. Some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even their studies. Some look for ways to escape this place, and others just give up. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. On a small road just seconds away from the main street, somewhere near the slums, you can find the Hall A of the BTC-certified bar coded VA-11. But that's a mouthful, so we just call it Valhalla. A small oasis in the middle of the concrete desert, a fountain of spirits waiting for tired souls. And it's here where this story unfolds. Alright, without any further hesitation, let's jump into it. Thank you for playing Valhalla. This game is best played getting comfortable. Grab some drinks, some snacks, and enjoy, so sit back and relax. We hope you have a good time. That's exactly right. I hope you guys got some snackerinos with you, a nice drink, and we are going to enjoy ourselves. Psst! Hey, over here! Boom! How's that for an entrance? Come on, Joe, look sharp! The game's starting, and the player needs a good first impression of its main character. I know you served a bunch of tuxedo-clad corgis over the weekend, and the bar will eventually close, and I'll admit my little prank on you might have gone a bit overboard. But remember, life is 90% how you take it. Stay focused and look at the brighter side of things. I have no idea what the brighter side is, but you should totally find it. In any case, you should totally check that parcel you just got. See ya! Oh. It's just a dream. There's something near the door. Chapter 1. Primera. Haha, that's alcohol. Oh. Your membership to Shining Fingered will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Make sure to save your data using the Life Backup app. You can now browse the Augmented Eye. That's our boss, that's us, so we play as Jill. Let's check our phone. First things up, this is where we can save our game. As you can see, I didn't get very far. I last played 2016. Yeah, that was forever ago. That was not my first year of college either, so that must have been even earlier. Because I graduated high school in 2017, so very bizarre. Must have misremembered. Okay. That's all saved. Let's check out the Augmented Eye. Mass Immigration continues as Quincy reveals new economic adjustments by Kimberly LaValle. With inflation rates among the highest in the world, constant shortages of basic groceries, and rampant violent crime, Glitch City's citizens look for a better life in other countries. Quincy, however, isn't happy with this. They learn in our schools and universities, the Prime Minister said during a talk with the Augmented Eye, but they apply what they learn somewhere else, and I find it rather insulting. This comes after revealing new economic measures for the city, which most analysts consider to be useless for the current environment. They don't know shit, concluded Quincy. Wonderlanders are the newest threat to security. Beware, by Kimberly LaValle. If you thought Alice Rabbit was good at cracking the most complicated security protocols in the world, then this new group will certainly blow your mind. They've yet to make an impact as big as Alice Rabbit, but they seem to be aiming very high with the recent threats issued against Prime Minister Quincy. We hold full access to Quincy's email network, and we'll release the whole database this January, the group declared during a stream. Shallow threats. When questioned, Prime Minister Quincy dismissed all of the group's threats by stating he's not hiding anything and is not afraid of a possible leak of his email history. Maybe everyone will get to see what kind of TV I bought last month. Wild parties. The people behind the Wonderlanders seem to enjoy dressing in all kinds of rabbit costumes during the stream. From Anthro to Bunny Girl, the purpose was to show the love and respect they have for Alice Rabbit and their role in today's politics. We want to follow their example while having some fun. We're not sure if this will go anywhere, but we'll be there to tell you if it does. Cyborg and Heels returns next year to the Super Silver Thunderdome. The popular show, Cyborg and Heels, returns to the Dome this March, with tickets going on sale in January. Cyborg and Heels is a massive stage show about a cyborg fighting terrorism while wearing heels. Director Quentin Hayter explained Cyborg and Heels' special appeal during an exclusive interview with the Augmented Eye. What's not to love about it? It's a cyborg wearing heels! Cutting stuff. That's literally something we've never seen before, a niche market I'm willing to capitalize on. Check out the full interview in the next few weeks, exclusively here at the Augmented Eye. Alright, and here we can check out different music. This game has a lot of great music. I used to have a couple favorites, I don't remember them, and we'll get more apps as we go. So, 4, I believe, is our cat, which is, like, who our character pretends to talk through. His acting is unnatural! I don't think he cares about the rules of nature anyway. Alright, with that, I think we're done with the blah blah blah, and we're ready to go to work. Tuesday, December 13th. Good evening. Ah, hey there, Jill. Oh, hey, John. When will you admit you have a John face, Gail? When you let people call you Jules. Quiet. Are you okay? You look distracted. Where's Boss? Dunno. She went out to buy some stuff and... Did you hear what I just told you? You said something? Yes, that you look distracted. Very, very distracted. It's nothing. I'm just thinking about stuff. What stuff? Well, I have to pay rent by the 30th, which is always stressful, and... there's also the fact that I spent a full hour yesterday apparently talking to myself. Not to mention the fact that 2 days ago I found out the bar is at risk of closing. So not only is my life being shaken up, I'm apparently going crazy. On top of that, neutering 4 left me with a completely empty wallet, and I'll get evicted if I miss rent again. And there are all the beer cans around my apartment, and... Jill! Sorry, did you say something? Can you really work today? Of course I can! Let's go through the basics then, shall we? Just in case. If you can make a Piano Man, I'll skip the rest, but bear with me for a second here, okay? Let's start with a Sugar Rush. No, I remember how to do this shit. Hold on. How do I... No. How do I... There's a way to... Oh, no. Okay, maybe I don't remember. There should be like a book to reference, but I can't find it. Look for the recipe using the navigation bar in the recipe book that will show up on the top left. You can also sort drinks by flavors like sweet or types like manly. Drag the desired amount of ingredients from their cells on the right to the shaker in the center. Gail. When done, press the mix button, and then press it again to stop mixing. Click the serve button or the drink itself to serve it, and that'll be all. Oh, but if the drink looks messed up, you'll need to press the reset button and try again. You can press reset at any time, even while the shaker's moving. Don't be afraid to use it. Gail, I'm the one that went through the formal BTC instruction. Then this should be no problem! Alright. So... we want a Sugar Rush. That's 2 aldehyde, 1 powdered delta, and Carmetrine optional. So Carmetrine's like the level of alcohol in a drink, and you can choose this if you want to get people more or less drunk. Sweet, light, and fruity, as girly as it gets. Wait. Okay, hold on. How long am I supposed to mix it? There we go. Here, happy now? A little, but not quite. Let's do one more. I know, please humor me for a bit. Some drinks need to be blended. This is done by mixing it for over 5 seconds. You can tell it's being blended when the shaker starts moving faster. You also need to check if the drink should be served on the rocks or aged. Check ice and age buttons on the side to select the ones you need. And in case it wasn't obvious, on the rocks means you have to toggle the ice tab. It should be noted that the station will add the ice after mixing. It's not something you should mind though, just a fun fact. Give me a moonblast and I'll leave you alone. Keep in mind what I said. Yeah. Alright, moonblast. Alright, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Powder Delta, Flanner Guide, 2 Carmetrine. On the rocks. Moonblast. Here, did I amuse you for long enough? You did. Sorry to hold you. Let's get working. Yeah. Oh yeah, before I forget. You can make any drink big by doubling the amount of ingredients. But if the recipe already has over 10 ingredients, the drink is already big. Oh, and if a recipe says it uses optional Carmetrine, it means you can use none or fill it to the brim. Optional Carmetrine doesn't count towards making a big drink, of course. Carmetrine is the alcoholic factor in a drink. It doesn't change the taste, but the amount still has an effect. If you add too much of it, the client will get drunk faster, so please be mindful of that. Are you done with the exposition? Now I am, yeah. Hey, guys! Oh, but... Eh? Who's that? I don't know. Found her while I was out shopping. Why bring her here? Well, it was either leave her outside at the mercy of society's finest, or bring her unconscious body in here. She's going to make such a ruckus when she wakes up, you know that. That's up for you to deal with. I'll be in my office. You can't just push that responsibility onto us. We have work to do, damn it. There are 2 of you. Believe in yourselves. Do you think Chief knocked her out? Nah, that's unlikely. She'd be crowing about it or taunting us if that were the case. And it's not like her to pick on such a small girl, at least not unprovoked. Yeah, you're right. We'll just need to keep it quiet. She seems to be just sleeping soundly, not comatose. Yeah. Okay then, time to start the night. Yes, I'll start working while you go clean the bathroom. Come again? While you spent the whole weekend and Monday doing God knows what, we've had some interesting clients come in. Dogs. Lots of them. You're joking. Gil, you've known me for how long now? Do I look like the kind of woman who would make a joke like that? Well... So, as punishment for leaving me to deal with all of that on my lonesome, you'll be in charge of cleaning the bathrooms. Have fun! Just that? Fine, I see no problem. Where's the cleaning stuff? Here. You brought that from home, didn't you? That I did. Fine. With that out of the way, let's play some music on the new jukebox. This model needs to have all of its 12 slots filled with songs before it can start. I wonder what was the logic behind that decision. Me too, buddy. Alright, so now that we've got all the exposition, all the blah blah out of the way, we're about to get into the game. Thank you for bearing with me so far, and get yourselves cozy. What were the good songs? Was it... Whatever, I'll just see if I can find. I'm a dream, that sounds fun. Part of the city. Alright. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Hey, you! Get me a beer! Oh, sure, right on it. Wants a beer. He looks quite the big guy, though. That sounds to me like a big beer. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Alrighty. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I had to double the karma tree as well because it's not optional karma tree. Here you go. Yeah, this one's good. Pretty good, in fact. Nice job. Thanks, I guess. You're lucky I was in a meeting close by. This hellhole could certainly use a presence like mine. Although, to be fair, work has taken me to worse hellholes, like New Jersey 3. Huh. What kind of work do you do, mister? You're talking to Donovan D. Dawson, chief editor and owner of the Augmented Eye. Nothing gets published there without my blessings. The day started with quite the interesting fellow, it seems. Andy Ma, you ask, I apologize if this was asked before, but is the Lobotomy Corporation series still continued, or has the game become too hard to record? Well, it's a combination of, it's hard to record because Tan can't stream to me at any reasonable, input because of his, internet situation, but also, we got to a point where we were starting to lose interest. It's one of those things that we might pick up again in the future, but I would not count on it. I would not definitely rule it out, but I would not, hold your breath. So, you're the one to blame for the barrage of daily articles on Alice Rabbit, then. Hey, people love those articles. They love reading about that urban legend. Can you blame them? The idea of some wildcard hacker working for their own goals and nobody else's. Hang on, I'm gonna pour myself a drink. Enjoy some alcohol with Donovan. Whoop. That's the kind of corny shit that brings the clicks from all kinds of people. And clicks bring money, and money brings nice stuff. Stuff like cars and houses and plastic surgery for the missus and her kids. Well, I'm not complaining about the fact you write about the hacker, just that you write about them every single day. Some of it isn't even news, just speculations or copycats. I can't read your newspaper's daily feed without running into at least one article about Alice Rabbit. Well, first of all, I don't write about it, my interns do. The poor bastards think it'll help make them full-time employees. I'm just capitalizing on this topic while it's popular. And second, you're tired of one article about a supposed hacker, but not all the daily stories about murders and other horrors? Well, I always filter out that section. I don't want to start my day scared and bitter. I have enough pressure and problems as is. I don't need to add Glitch City's lovely citizens to the list. You're smarter than you look, kid, but if more people were like you, I'd go bankrupt from the lack of traffic. Still, maybe my job would be easier. How so? People get people get bored of a certain kind of news after seeing it repeatedly. When I started in this job, it only took the news of some elderly woman being killed to guarantee clicks. Now, you need an elderly woman carrying a sick baby boy getting hit by a truck. Death's not enough. They need a full sob story behind it. That's why I like those urban legends. They're easier to write about, and you can make up any shit you want. Spam them while they're hot, and even people like you, people who avoid the murder stories, will see them. That brings money, and like I said, money's good. Huh, I guess he has a point. What about the opinion columns? Aren't those a good source of traffic too? Oh, I hate those brats. They just write about how they're better than everyone else. They might also write about how everyone that likes a certain something should be sodomized. The worst part about that is they know half of our clicks come from them, so they get all diva-like on my ass. I think you're being too harsh. What about... No, wait. I was thinking of another newspaper. Yeah, the columnists on your page are annoying. See? A kid on the restaurant critique column, shit, forgot that brat's name. Restaurant? I believe that's... That kid. Couldn't care less about his name. Anyway, his column is the least visited of the bunch. He gets less hits than the obituaries. However, he still insists that I keep paying for his adventures to outrageous restaurants. I wouldn't have any problem with that if he actually wrote about half of the places he visits. How so? He rarely writes about the places the newspaper sends him to. I've even heard he tries to get free meals by proclaiming that he's a food critic. Poor bastard only gets laughed at when he says that. I do remember some guy coming here asking for free drinks and saying he was a critic or whatever. Did he look like a fat child with a really small face? No. Wasn't this one, then. Anyway, all this talk made me thirsty. Try to give me a beer this time, please. Coming right up. Beer again. This man likes his beers. They come cheaper in bulk at the store, though. Well, I already gave him a big beer, so, let's keep it going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here. Ah, it's the big things that make life worthwhile. What about big troubles? Did I stutter, kid? Right. So, tell me, do you see many celebrities in this hellhole? Please stop referring to this place as a hellhole. If a place smells like soap and dog piss, I'm within my constitutional rights to call it a hellhole. I'm doing my best here, thank you very much! Who was that? Nobody important. Oh my god, Donovan's voice is killing me. Hey, I heard that! Don't be offended by what I say, kid. I'm insulting the building, not you. You can think of it as a small hole in hell rather than a hellish hole if you like. Charming. So, celebrities. Not really, at least not that I know of. Why? Well, to begin with, you have a serious VIP as a client, but I don't see you losing your shit. You're not making me feel special, honey. And second, because I'm always up for gossip regarding famous people. Especially the red carpet kind of famous. Those folks people pretend to love, but actually want to see fall from grace. Pretend to love? Fall from grace? Why do you think that gossip about famous people always sells? People pretend that they love celebs, but what they really want is to see their idols torn down to their level. They want to see them suffer, to get their comeuppance for daring to be so much more successful than them. Hold on, let me get another drinkaroonie in here. Ha ha! Why am I drinking vodka without mixing it with anything? Assuming this is vodka, I think, yeah, it is. Nah, I think gossip is just something everybody enjoys, but nobody wants to admit to enjoying. You thought wrong. But even if you were right, it wouldn't change the fact that people love that kind of stuff. They want to escape their lives by living somebody else's. Sadly, I fail to see the appeal in that whole thing. What do I care if this guy I saw in some random movie was wearing socks with sandals, or if they're dating God knows who? Granted, socks with sandals is practically a public indecency, but still. Oh, please! As a bartender, I bet you have a strong voyeuristic streak. Your kind always loves to hear that stuff. Just like hairdressers. That sounds hypocritical coming from you. Even if that's the case, I don't sensationalize what people do. I don't make it more than that person you know from TV acts like a human. Sensationalize is the key word here. Just the other day, I saw this committee judge bitching over what some girl was wearing to the store. No matter what you say, these people don't exist solely to entertain the public. But this problem exists because they're the ones constantly cultivating the idea that they're perfect and untouchable. Going to exotic locales, dressing in elegant ways, indulging in every luxury they can think of. All that just leaves the public craving for those little moments when they make a mistake and fall to their level. Yeah, this is cancel culture. Got 'em. Can't say that's a lie, but sometimes the crowd just wants to see they're human. Hey, that dude that plays the nice guy is indeed a really nice guy. To be fair, the gossip articles don't help. Sensationalizing everything. It feels like they're instigating a behavior that shouldn't even be acknowledged in the first place. You like your big words, eh, brat? Well, two can play that game of... Hey, you're a bartender, right? No, I'm a lab rat hell-bent on world conquest. Sarcasm wastes my time, my money, and your energy. Refrain from using it. Anyway, I just realized that a bartender like you must have heard quite a few stories in her career. Talk about changing topics. Maybe. Why? Wouldn't you like a column talking about those? I bet they would sell quite well. It would be like that priest who published confessionary stories and then got excommunicated and lynched. People usually tell me all this stuff because they know I'm just a simple bartender. A personal stranger of sorts. We could have you ghostwriting. Half of our staff do that. They do? You don't really think Lana Smithy is just one person, do you? Figures. Anyway, eventually the people from the stories would know it's them and blame me. Not only would that hurt us as a business, it would hurt me. I really like hearing clients rant about their lives. Oh, and it would hurt the clients too, I guess. Well, if you ever retire, that offer's waiting for you. Yeah, like you'll remember me 2 weeks from now. Sure. Do you want another drink, Mr. Donovan? Mr. Donovan. Mr. Donovan. Did I say something wrong? Not at all. I just really like the sound of that. Mr. Donovan! Mr. Donovan! Is it really that special? At work, everyone just calls me Mr. Dawson or Boss. Boss is just a title. It's too impersonal and cold. It is? Mr. Dawson was my father and grandfather. It's too general. But Mr. Donovan, now that's more like it. They're referring to me, to the man in front of them. Not to my family, not to my position as boss, to me. You want your employees to get personal with you, Mr. Donovan? Oh, gods no. But I want them to fear me. Not because I'm their boss or the name appearing in their paychecks, but rather because I strike mortal dread into them. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna make everyone call me that. Oh yeah, you were asking something. What was it? Drink. Another one. Do you? Yes. You know what? Third time's the charm. Give me a beer. Alright. Give him another big beer. Mr. Donovan is indeed a king, Jack. One beer. Ears open, I don't pass out. Cheers! Enjoy. Say, kid, does this bar have any investors? You didn't call it a hellhole? There was some bloke named Sven that wanted to give us money if we stamped his face all over the place, but aside from that, no. These bars are pretty much like any fast food chain, so there are no local investors. Why? Just wanted to let you know how lucky you bastards are. Investors suck harder than my first wife's mouth. Those bastards think they're so important because they put their money in the company. Well, I mean, you give me money so you can make more. Let me do my thing, and I'll give you your money. But no, they have to stick their noses and start changing the silliest of stuff. What good is it to be the boss if you still have to work for someone else? You still have to answer to unions, the government, and those kinds of organizations, don't you? Yeah, but that's paperwork. I make somebody else do it and call it a day. These losers ask for meetings. They start talking about stuff they don't like, stuff they found offensive, and there's always that one guy or gal that says, "Hey, why don't you do what that other newspaper does?" Recently, they told me that they needed more clicks. More clicks! I make sure to keep stuff spicy while still keeping production quality up, but it's never enough for them. Well, you know what? They want more clicks? I'll give them more clicks! I'll show them what happens when I do what they want and don't reject ideas. This voice is killing me. Oh my god. Oh god, final line. They'll know who the hell Donovan D. Dawson is! Oh my god. Oh, too many Donovan lines in a row. Okay, why do I keep giving characters voices I can't handle? I'm gonna destroy my vocal cords. What is my problem? It just sounded like a voice that fit him, but was it worth it? Oh, Pog? Next song on the track. Should I be worried? Nah. At least he paid before storming off. I wonder what happened with Sven, though. We never heard from him again. Jill! Yes? What the hell happened in that bathroom? That kind of mess usually requires you to have thumbs! Crafty dogs, I tell ya. You'd think their short legs would hinder them. The ceiling, the sinks, the toilets, the vents! Shh, you'll wake up Briar Rose over there. I won't forget this! Yeah. Why does he sound one drink away from yelling for pictures of Spider-Man? You're not wrong, Addy. Oh, a client. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I... Big gut punch. Fast. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Let's get this guy cranked to frickin' 11. Oh, won't let me put any more in. Aged and mixed. Gut punch. Here? You can actually do it then. Oh wait, different voice. This crack house is a bar? Hellhole, crack house. It smells like dog urine and soap. How the hell do you expect someone to feel comfortable in here? I'm surprised you decided to come to our little crack house at all, mister. What the hell do you care? The payment registry says. Sorry for the question then, Mr. Ingram McDougall. Sorry about the smell. We're working on fixing it. There was an incident over the weekend. How did they get piss in the vents? When you have a lot of dogs in one place, as someone who works at a dog place, they get piss everywhere. You don't know how, they just do. Ha ha! Ha ha! But it's Tuesday. Please, let me know what I can do to make your experience more pleasant regardless. If I pay you, will you come with me to a motel for a couple of hours? No. Then I have no use for you beyond giving me drinks. Such pleasant clientele tonight. May I ask why you decided to come to our bar then? Somebody recommended me this place, and I have absolutely no idea why she likes it. She says she's a regular here and all. I'm starting to doubt her tastes. Regular? Can I ask who? No. I'll concede one thing. Whoever picks the music at least has decent taste. Hey Jill, where did you put the dish soap? Gil's run out. Below the sink where it's always been. Right. Oh, a customer. Good evening, sir. Hope you enjoy your stay at Valhalla. So, any other feedback you want to provide the establishment so we can enhance your customer experience? No, nothing. That's an interesting change of heart. I can't afford to slander this place knowing she's here. You know my boss? I don't know her, but I know who she is. Dana Zane, the Red Comet. The woman who fended off mall rioters all by herself, knocking them out cold one by one. That's an achievement and a title I've never heard before. I know Boss did quite a few things before opening this bar, but that sounds... Would you happen to know how she got her mechanical arm? I heard a couple of stories, but they sound too fantastical to be true. You've had an interesting change of attitude. I saw that woman take out armed rioters with her bare hands. Once you see something like that, it's not hard to keep your mouth shut. It's hard not to keep your mouth shut in front of them. Interesting. You can relax, though. I've only seen her deal with clients personally about 2 or 3 times. One involved Class 5 weaponry, the other one a pickup artist, and the latest had an alpaca. An alpaca? Not really an alpaca, but... There's this woman that owns a textile company. She got really drunk and she started screaming she was an alpaca. She started spitting on everything afterwards. My boss had to show her the exit. I'd rather not remember that night, so let's leave it at that. Can I get you anything else? Give me a pile driver, please. Please? There's a word I haven't heard today. Coming right up. Boss OP. Let's give him a big one. Let's get this guy real drunk. Here? It's fine, I guess. Hey lady, have you ever faked an orgasm? Okay. I'm sorry, I think I heard wrong. I asked if you've ever faked an orgasm. That's a question I'm not gonna answer. I'll take that as a yes. I was just thinking about how good a lie can be. I mean, even the most sincere of people lie once in a while. Lies can buy you time. Lies can make you happy. Reality will come crashing through the door eventually, but for that moment, the lie can give meaning to you. I say lies are like your porn stash. You know they exist, but you shouldn't acknowledge them. Does that mean you've really faked orgasms? Because you look like you have a lot of experience. Still, that's quite the random thought to just suddenly have. Are you perhaps lying about something right now? Not really. I was just thinking about people making polite comments about this crack house. Of course you were. Hey, I'm gonna need another drink here. Already? Don't you think you're drinking a bit quickly? That's my problem, not yours. Give me a fringe weaver. Alright. Fringe weaver is 1 aldehyde and 9 carmetrine. Try not to drink it too fast. That's up to me. Hey lady, have you ever felt empty? Empty how? Like hungry? No, I mean empty like there's a part of you missing. Can't say I particularly have. I just feel there's this part of myself that lacks something. An urge to get or do something that I just can't satisfy. Have you tried taking up a hobby? It might not solve your problems, but it might keep you busy enough to avoid thinking about it. Any suggestions? Well, collecting stuff, reading, bungee jumping, combat sports, exercising. Sounds a lot cheaper than the alternative. Which is? Bitches and alcohol. I tried sex tourism once. It was like a bloody Russian roulette of STDs, so I left midway through. I once burned my Christmas bonus hiring 3 women for an orgy. Porn is more amusing and way cheaper. I've also hired a girl to act like my daughter for a day for 3 years in a row now. Nothing seems to do it. Have you tried rescuing a puppy? You can't fuck puppies. At least you shouldn't. I'm drawing a blank then. Can't think of anything that might help. I wasn't expecting you to help me, or to believe me. Eh? I could have been lying through my teeth this whole time. People lie, lady. Anyway, I'm leaving now. The smell's killing me. Please come again. Don't count on it. Good. Boss, I'm gonna take my break. Alright. It's now safe to keep playing. Yeah. That guy is such a Redditor. You are absolutely right. Good day. He sucks. Oh, whoops. Let me hit the... Sorry, I was gonna pour a drink. At least I didn't get locked up this time. Okay. Let's try this out. Okay then, back in action. Good evening. Good evening. Would you mind taking your helmet off? Oh, sorry, it's so comfortable I usually forget I have it on. Is this better? Yeah, thank you. What can I get you, miss? Master Specialist, I don't know how to pronounce that. Seipi Asagiri of the 765th Division Valkyrie Corps, at your service. Wait, that's too long. Just call me Sei. What can I get for you, Sei? Let's see. I'm in the mood for a sweet drink. Oh, but not sweet as in cool. Although a cool drink would be nice too. But not cool as in great, and especially not as in big. More so since I have to get up early tomorrow and I can't afford a hangover. Sorry, did you get that? A sweet drink, preferably a cold one that's not too big, right? Yeah, that's it! I can do that. Give me a sec. No, by flavor, sweet. Want something cold, so on the rocks probably. But that one's a little big. Let's see what else they got. No, that one's definitely too big. Let's go with a Moonblast. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the rocks. Blended. Here you are. Ah, yes, this is just what I needed. Thanks! We don't get many white knights as clients. I can only remember one other, in fact. You said you're from the Valkyrie Corps, right? Are you the guys who deal with riots and such? Riots? Oh, no. You're thinking the Blitzkrieg Corps. The ones with huge plated suits, right? Yeah, those. No, we're different people. I mean, obviously we're different people, but we don't deal with riots or anything. In fact, you could say we deal with their aftermath. How so? To rescue, heal, and protect, we are the angels who soothe those suffering enemy attack. We are the light of hope in the darkest of times, the ones who assist the victims of crime. We watch, we protect. What was that? Sorry, it's sort of our Pledge of Allegiance. We recite it every morning. What it means is that our duties mostly include rescuing civilians, healing the injured, and protecting them from stuff. What kind of stuff? Burglars, rapists, car crashes, anything that might happen on our watch. You mentioned heal. Are you a doctor then? Nah, I know many doctors, but I'm not one. I'm more of a paramedic. I treat people so they can arrive safely at a doctor. I'm also kind of like a firefighter in that I sometimes rescue people from places. Damn, that must be a tough job. Sort of, but it's also really rewarding. I mean, I've yet to meet somebody that isn't glad to see me when I arrive. You must have seen some shocking sights. Yeah, this one time when I was saving some people from the top of a collapsing building, I looked down and was blown away by how pretty the city was. It was like a starry sky on Earth. Oh, and there was this time we were cleaning up the aftermath of a car crash. Water was pouring out of a hydrant. With the lights and scattered pieces of glass, it was all almost dreamlike. That's not what I meant by shocking sights. No, but those are sights, and they're shocking, right? Yeah, but never mind. Wait, did I mishear you and you actually meant sighs? I mean, sure, I've suffered the deepest, longest, and most frustrated sighs from people after everything's said and done, but don't worry, you didn't mishear. I guess I was just expecting a different kind of answer. What kind of answer? Don't worry too much about it. You finished your drink. Can I get you anything else? Something classy. A classy drink. Can you be more specific? Don't make it too big. Does that work? Sorry, I don't come to bars very often. My drinks usually come in a can. No problem. Don't worry. A classy drink, right? Let's see what I can find for you. Classy. Peanut burning. She liked sweet before, so let's look for a sweet classy drink. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, age, mix, done. Here you are. Yep, this looks like something Stella would drink. Who? She's my dearest friend. Not that I don't have others, but she's the one I've known the longest. She likes these kind of drinks, so I wanted to see what's so special about them. And what do you think? I was expecting something stronger. I like it quite a bit. Say, Miss Bartender, what's your name? You know my name, now I want to know yours. Oh, sure, just call me Jill. 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 Jill is short for Jillian. No, that's not right. Julianne. Do not call me Julianne, please. Sorry about that. No, please excuse me. I didn't want to anger you. But why don't you like being called by your full name? It's a stupid reason. Don't dwell too much on that. Oh, okay. I still feel bad about angering you, though. Why? Because you look like a nice girl, Jill, and I don't like angering nice people. If it helps somehow, I really like this place. That actually helps. You're the first person to say something nice today. Thanks. What do you like about it? The smell of dog urine and soap! My mom used to be a veterinarian, and I used to go to her clinic after school, so the smell takes me back. It makes me feel comfy and nostalgic. What made you become a white knight instead of a veterinarian or anything else? Well, I was never a good student, so studying medicine of any kind was out of the question. That aside, it's mostly because of something that happened while I was a kid. A white knight attacked my friend and was coming for me when this other white knight saved us. I don't remember what happened next. I just woke up in a hospital with my friend watching over me. I mean, it wasn't a prophetic moment or anything like that, but ever since then I felt this was my calling. That I wanted to help people the same way they helped me. Huh. It's interesting, though. One would think being attacked by a white knight would make you run the opposite direction. Yeah, but it was another one that saved me, so I kind of guide myself toward judging everything on an individual basis. Well, not to an extremist extent, but you get me. Yeah, I try to do the same too. Why join the Valkyrie Corps specifically, though? Because I wanted to rescue people from dire situations whenever possible, and going into patrols and all that felt too tiresome. It's also the one with the least paperwork involved. Now that I think about it, there are different kinds of white knights, right? I guess white knight is too broad a term. There's not one specific type, there are many different classes. Rescue, assault, there's even a squad full of bureaucrats. Really? Yeah, they get assigned to companies to handle the accounting and that kind of stuff. People usually ask for them because they speed up processes, but a few are assigned when a company is suspected of having weird under-the-table deals. Interesting. There was also a squad dedicated to fighting school bullying. They were doing a nice job, but the fad of anti-bullying campaigns passed and they lost their funding. I believe some members still work with anti-bullying cases in an unofficial capacity. That'd be nice, I think. Can I get you anything else? I don't know if I should. I can't afford that many drinks. Besides, I don't really know how much alcohol I can handle. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, you know what? I'll have something else. I remember some drink called, Martini? Brantini. No, I'm pretty sure it's Martini. It's Brantini. Trust me, I'll get you one. She wants a sorry, Brantini. I already gave her one of these before. Here, see? Huh, you were right. Thanks! You know what? I think I'll bring a friend of mine here in a couple of days. Really? Why? I like the feel of this place, and I want to share it with her. It might be a bit difficult, though. She's more into, classier places. Not that this place isn't nice, but... Don't worry, I know the kind of place I work in. I see. But it shouldn't be too bad, I just need to... What was that? Sounded like an explosion. I'd better check that. I paid you already, right? Yeah, go ahead. Be careful. I will! She left her helmet. Oh, if she's coming back, I'll just hold it for her. I'll go check what the ever-loving hell that explosion was. Careful! What? Oh, she woke up. Where am I? Where am I? Good evening and welcome to Valhalla. That might not have been the best thing to say. Valhalla? Am I dead? Does that mean that Uncle Ingus's ramblings about the afterlife looking like a shoddy downtown bar are true? Called it. Afterlife? I'm not dead? As far as I can tell, no. To be fair, I don't know how death or the afterlife work exactly, but you're breathing, right? Alright, then where the hell am I? How did I get here? Who brought me here? What were you planning to do with me? Are you organ traffickers, robbers, rapists, pickpockets? You're pickpockets, aren't you? Why aren't you saying anything? I'm waiting for you to vent your worries, otherwise you'll just... You're rapists, aren't you? Rapists! The whole lot of you! You want to tear my clothes, beat me unconscious, have your horrible way with me, and then brutally murder me, don't you? All while still violating every hole in my body as I lay there twitching, don't you? Murder, 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 murder. Interrupt me. Well, this is going nowhere. Let's see if I can get a drink to calm her down, or to throw at her face. What the hell calms people down? No, not that. Sobering. I want something sobering. Maybe soft? Sorry, I'm trying to find something good. Let's try this out. Well, what is that? A drink. You're in a bar. Bars serve drinks. A bar? So I figured I should give you something to help you calm down. Don't worry. It's on the house. To calm down? What did you spice it up with? Roofies? TTX? Pumpkins? God, no. I wouldn't even think of it. Your stuttering makes you suspicious, you know. If I ever added anything like that to your drink, they'd dock my pay and tips. Not to mention I'd have to pay any lawsuits myself. And that's the best case scenario. I could get fired and lose benefits or go to jail. And trust me, the BTC loves to catch anyone who commits that particular felony. They'd show themselves all proud for a hefty PR boost. And the thought of going through all that is just... Even if you say that, let's do something. If you go outside and head just 3 businesses to the left, you'll find a convenience store. They sell drug tests for drinks. Tell the cashier that Dana Zane sent you. 2 flying cars crashed and went boom. That's why it was so noisy. Any damage? A hole in the street. Don't know about the drivers or anything. I see. Either way, I think I'm done here. Did you check inside the toilet paper's locker? What about... Oh my god! How? Why? How? I'm back. He tried to give me bandages at first, though. Did you have to pay? No. No problem, then. Try it on the drink. Says negative. There you go. But you could be in cahoots with the clerk in the store. He even knew your name. Good point, but first of all, it's not my name, it's my boss's. Second, we are pretty much part of a chain, sort of like the spicy chicken of bars. And finally, I'm not making you drink this. I offered it to you as a sign of peace. I mean, you are right. It is indeed suspicious on my part. Sorry. You can just ignore the drink, go through that door, and forget this ever happened. That would be it. You're at peace and nothing of value would be lost. Are you implying something won't have value because I ignored it? Are you saying my presence is so unimportant that my lack of action will yield no difference? And what about the drink? Are you gonna let this fruit of your work go to waste so easily? No, well, I'll let you know I'm not that unimportant and that your work does matter. Not sure you should drink it all so fast. So, how was it? It was fine, but not something I'd order normally. Are you alright? Yeah, I guess you were telling the truth. Sorry about that. No problem. If I were you, I'd have probably reacted the same way. I should apologize for my last comment, too. It came out as insensitive. I guess I'll stay for a while. I need to get my thoughts in order. Can you tell me how I got here? My boss found you unconscious and brought you here for safekeeping. And you were asleep until that car crash outside. I see. I guess it's better to wake up here than on the streets, stripped of clothes, dignity, and/or organs. How did you fall unconscious? What were you? Were you tired? Sick? I guess I'm sick, but I'd rather not talk about it. Of course. I'll tell you what, your drinks are on the house tonight. Why would you do that? Consider an apology on behalf of everyone here for all the trouble we've caused you. Also, something tells me you might need another drink right now. Yeah, you might be right. Okay, then I'll take you on your offer. I'll have a piano man. Will you be fine? Yeah, I just gulped the last one, so I want to enjoy this one. Coming right up, then. She's asking for a piano man. You don't see women asking for a piano man every day. Bum 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 rocks. Piano man. Here. Yeah, this is the one. My dad used to drink these before an actual pianist attempted to kill him. What did he do? Your dad, I mean, to provoke the pianist like that. Wrong place at the wrong time, I guess. He was relaxing in a bar when suddenly the pianist leapt off the stage and started punching him. Some say he was off his meds and that my dad looked like some music critic that had bashed him. I still hold my stance that he just got too excited. Jazz does that to you. I see. The Piano Man has an interesting story. It was originally created by a bartender in honor of a pianist friend of his that had just died. Apparently, it mixes all the flavors said friend liked the most. Aha! It burns! Oh, that's nice. So this is how it feels to go for a drink at the end of a long, hard day at work. I'm not sure if I like the fact that I'm falling into that. Where do you work, Miss... Kim? Call me Kim. I don't know if I can say I work yet, though. I'm still just an intern. Oh! This is Kim LaValle, I think! She's the one who wrote the articles for the Augmented Eye. Because remember, we read those earlier? Big Brain Darnell. Have you heard of a newspaper called The Augmented Eye? I read it every morning. In fact, Donovan D. Dawson was here earlier. I knew I smelled his nasty cologne. That bastard leaves his reek wherever he goes. So you believe me? I do. God, you have no idea how much I hate that chauvinistic horseblower. Harsh words. The worst part is that I kind of admire the way he does stuff. He's so forceful about the things he wants that people have it done before they realize what's going on. He even got a pizza delivery boy to work server maintenance. A full week passed before the pizza shop asked where the hell he was. And would you believe it? The guy became decent at server maintenance despite having no previous experience. It's kinda admirable, but at the same time I hate his guts! Arrgh! Knowing that I have to work for him, it's... Arrgh! Why are you working there then? Did I ask something I shouldn't have? No, don't fret about it. I'd rather not talk about it, though. Fair enough. What's your name, bartender? Call me Jill. Is it hard to be a bartender, Jill? I guess it's as hard as being a cook somewhere. You keep going through the motions while trying to provide something of quality, all while answering the whimsy of people's orders. I think the hardest part is dealing with the chemical hazards some people might leave behind. Why? At one point, I thought about being a bartender, but I was afraid they'd make me wear skimpy clothes and dance or something. Here we go again. Well, it depends on where you start working, you know? I guess I was lucky Valhalla didn't end up being a tacky disco overseen by a DJ with an afro. My boss just wanted a comfy place, I think. Your boss sounds like an interesting person, what with wanting to put me somewhere safe and all that. She is! She's so cool and collected, but has no qualms about showing excitement about stuff. Sure, she's been a bit tense the last couple of days, but even then, when you're with her, everything just feels under control. She also has this mechanical arm. I have no idea how she got it, but... sorry, I got carried away. It was fun to see you break the wise bartender character you're using here. I do that? It'd be nice to meet this boss of yours sometime and thank her. Shall I call her? She'd be glad to know you're okay. Oh no, I shouldn't pester her that way. And besides, it's getting late and I don't want to abuse your generosity. You can ask for another one, although I don't know how much alcohol you can handle. I think I can handle another drink. 1 Brantini, please. Coming right up. Alrighty. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1 aged. Boop. Here. Yep, this seems like the stuff. Cheers! Hey Jill, was this job like a lifelong dream or something? Not really, it just kinda happened. One thing led to another, and BAM! Bartending. Do you regret not fulfilling a dream? The only dream I can remember being passionate about was buying a Model Warrior Julianne arcade machine. Can't say I've given up on that one yet, but alas, adult stuff needs to be paid for first. Never had a dream you wanted to chase? Not really. I mean, most of my dreams have been silly things or childish dreams. Childish dreams? Having a room where every piece of furniture talks, being a model warrior. Oh! Childish dreams, yeah. I remember I wanted to live in a koi pond when I was 7. The fish seemed to be having a blast to me. So no dreams? That I felt particularly motivated to chase, no? I mean, I'm fascinated by AIs, but I just couldn't find it in me to study that. So I picked something I found nice and moved on. And somewhere along the way, I became a bartender. I see. Finally! Those dogs left a mess I'm not gonna forget anytime soon. I mean, how the hell did they throw toilet paper out the window? Oh, a client. Good night, ma'am. Chill, I'm gonna leave early. I need to take care of the smell clinging to my body. Sure. Who was he? A ghost. Nobody you should worry about. Oh. I heard that! Why were you asking all the- oh, sorry. Why were you asking all those questions? Because now that I think about it, I don't really have a dream job or anything like that. I think we idealize the idea of a dream job too much. Not everyone walks around with a clear idea of what they want in life. Some take a liking to a job, others find it after many failed attempts. Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn that makes you change your plans. What I mean is, don't worry too much about it. Excuse me. Maybe you're right. Well, I'm gonna take my leave now. Thank you for everything. And please thank your boss on my behalf. Bye. Thank you, and come again. And that's it. Are we done for the night? Seems like it. Where's Gil? And where's the girl that was here? Gil cleaned the bathroom and left because he stank. Kim woke up, had a couple of drinks, and left. So she's called Kim. How did she look to you? How was she? She was freaked out when she woke up, but she managed to calm down. Are you worried about her? Wouldn't you be? I don't know. Hey boss, do you feel like calling you boss is too impersonal? Not really, no. It's not like you call me that because I'm a stranger, just out of habit. Oh. Anyway, you're free to go after you finish washing up the glasses. Let me transfer you today's payment. Maybe I'll give Gil a small bonus for dealing with the bathroom. Woo! We're making money! Your membership to Shining Fingered will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Jill is lost in thought about a holoplant. Buying it will prevent her from getting too distracted. You can now browse Danger U. You can visit J.C. Elton's. Weren't you gonna have curry yesterday? A ghost took my money. Where's the holoplant? Ah. Oh, it's so expensive. Alright. Let's do a little saving. How are you guys feeling tonight, by the way? While I'm no longer in the middle of reading dialogues, I can take a breather. You guys enjoying some Cyberpunk Bartending? Am I being too loud? Is everything the right volume? You having a good time? You feeling cozy? Got any questions? Yada, yada, yada. Bum, bum, ba, ba, da, da. Hey, welcome, White Guard! This is pretty interesting. Did you just tune in, or have you been here for a hot minute? Welcome, welcome. We're partaking in some Cyberpunk Bartending action. Yeah, everyone doing good? Everything okay? Ugh. Feeling chill, way better than 2077 for sure. What's 2077? What's this? Danger U, dangerous opinions. Miki Concert 2. In the last thread, Anon wants to confess her feelings to her best friend. I still don't know! And how is she? I bet she's one of those cute, clueless girls who can't catch your signals. You say that, but she can be incredibly sharp sometimes. So I was right. That's going to be difficult now. You have to be direct and to the point. I'm afraid that's not going to be the case here. Not that I'm actually in love. Stop! I'm gonna marry Miki! Stop being such an attention whore. We're here for Miki. Come on, Anon, don't be mean. We just want to help a fellow Miki sister. You don't have to fight because of me. It wasn't my intention to derail the thread. Don't pay attention to her. Everyone else here wants to help you. I'm a guy. I'm a guy. Now who's the attention whore again? This thread is closed. Let's talk about Alice Rabbit. What it says on the tin. So what's the news on him? Drawing a blank right now. We haven't heard of Alice in a while now that I think of it. You think they're planning something? There's this constant rumor I hear about a terrorist attack next week. Don't scare me with that stuff, please. I have enough as it is. Well, we're gonna be attacked and it'll be funny to see those White Knight fucks do nothing but drink. How do you know if you get hacked by Alice? It's my first time reading about them. Lurk more. She normally leaves a funny assy drawing and a message something like, Happy Not Birthday! Sounds lame as fuck. Why is Alice even a celebrity? The hell? Alice was the one who leaked all the internal White Knight memos. She literally started the riots with the leak. At least try with your baits. Miki Concert. Okay, let's limit all the concert conversation to this thread. How are you preparing for the best day of your life? I'm going with my boyfriend. Boyfriend. Why would you lie on the internet? Boyfriend. Oh, wow. Fucking normies, get out! That is so cute, Anon. Anyway, I'm going with a very special friend of mine. Are you the girl from the other day who had a crush on her best friend? Yes. So you're finally going to confess. Oh my god, this is going to be the cutest thing. But I still don't know if I like her. Just wait until Miki shows up. You'll know right away if you love her. Trust me, I've been there. How so? You'll understand once you're there. Miki concerts are some magical shit. Oh, I read those out of order, I think. Local Woman, Local Hero by Lena Smithy. This morning, a suicide attempt was thwarted by an unidentified local woman. The incident occurred at the Artemis Will Mall, where people noticed someone was at the rooftop of the building. Firefighters were called as soon as their presence was noticed by pedestrians, but the person jumped off without notice. A mysterious rescuer. Just when the would-be suicide victim jumped off, a local woman was able to catch them midair and fled the scene before anyone could identify her. The mall's taking extra security measures now. 70% of our readers consider shrimp ramen to be disgusting. This is not really a surprise, but a lot of people seem to hate this particular brand of instant food. This is from a survey we conducted here at the Augmented Eye last month. We asked our readers to tell us their most hated dishes, and with a total of 6,000 votes, it looks like the market for shrimp ramen is reducing. That's good, because it sucks! It sucks so much, I barf a little every time I smell it. How can anyone like that? It's ridiculous. I love shrimp and ramen. Fuck off. Oh, I can't even finish this article. I'm sorry, everyone, but I have to puke. Ugh. Hope it's put out of sale. I think Alice Rabbit may be a dog. Don't trust this dog. A dog, you say? Why not? After receiving brain enhancements, they're capable of learning at near human speeds, so why is it so impossible to imagine a gifted dog who uses their brilliance for programming? It makes a lot of sense, right? Well, maybe... Cyberpunk 2077, that's what I was referring to, says G'day. What do you think about the game, Whiteguard asks, also just hopped on. I like it. I've played it a bit before, but that was over 5 years ago now. As you can see here, I'll show you when I save. Yeah, sorry. It was like the last day of 2016. Wow. So, 4-ish years, more like. And I don't remember much from it, but so far it's enjoyable. It's cozy. Granted, a small bit of that coziness is lost when I have to do all the voice acting and stuff, but I still think it's fun hanging out with you guys. I'd love to hear more from y'all. What I might do, though, I know I've only been streaming about an hour, but like I said, my voice is kind of tired from all that reading, and I wanted to get some other stuff done tonight, so I'm going to poll you guys real quick while we're in this in-between area. Do you want me to do another round of bartending action, or would you prefer if I closed up the game for now and then just did a talkie stream? Where I, like, talk with just my face. Ha! Chicken ramen's good too, but shrimp ramen's based. I like shrimp and ramen. Holy crap, why do I keep drinking this? I'm not even getting drunk. I'm just burning my throat. Those purple numbers. What you gonna talk about? I don't know. Life, the Pokemon Direct, whatever. This random bullshit. Whatever you guys feel like talking about. Ugh, there's a 30-second delay, so I gotta wait for your responses. Actually, I think while I poll you guys for your thoughts, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna be as fast as possible, forgive me. But hopefully I will have some responses about what you guys would prefer. Big hands, I know you're the one. When I'm a-walking, I struck my stuff. Okay. I don't know, a chat stream seems based. What do you think, Whiteguard? Says G'day. Okay, I can start setting up a chat stream. I can always, if you guys really like this, I'd be happy to do more next week on a stream. Excuse me, oh my goodness. Just let me know in the video discussions in the server as per usual. We have a pretty small stream tonight. I don't know if it's because people have Friday night plans or if it's just because I haven't streamed in a couple weeks and interest has waned. Either way is totally fair. But yeah, let me get everything set up for a proper, ooh-wee. Game capture. Alright, give me a second. I'm getting out of the game now. Okay. Alright, hello. As usual in chat stream, if you have any questions or you want to chat to me, of course, put whatever you want to talk about in the comments below. And otherwise, I will rant and ramble about recent events in my life. As you can see, I haven't shaved. I need to be taking a bit better care of myself, but you know, whatever. I'll get on that. Let's see. Games, SCP, and history. Well, I can't really rant that much about SCP outside of what I read in the podcast. I will say the episode coming tomorrow, I think you guys will like. Lon Lang actually put a ton of effort into editing it, so if you're watching the video part, which obviously you don't have to do, there's a couple of nice little gimmicks in there that are sweet. Nothing like super huge that you'll miss if you listen to the audio version alone, but just some neat stuff that was a bit above and beyond for his last episode he's editing. And also it was just a good episode, so keep your eyes peeled for that. As for games, I watched the Pokemon Direct, not all the way to. I skipped the part where they were like jerking off the history of Pokemon. I didn't watch the last 5 minutes or so because I heard it was just going on about details. But Pokemon Snap looks amazing. I played the original as a kid, but now that they've got like better tech, better AI, more movement, prettier visuals, a bunch of more options, it looks really promising. Like it's probably something I might pick up. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Holy shit, I'm so excited. I've waited so long. I love the style. I think it fits the Switch really well. I'm really fucking hyped about it. And then they dropped Pokemon Open World on us, which is like something that I had always, like, that's something I had been thinking about before as a concept, but I never thought would happen. And it's insane. I don't know how they're going to play it. I don't know how they're going to make battles work because it wasn't super clear in the visual how it works, if it's going to be like sort of Breath of the Wild or most open worlds where it's more freeform, or if there's still like turn-based combat. But it looked so freaking cool. I was blown away, and I'm so hyped. And to think they're coming all relatively soon. I mean, by the time they come out, unfortunately, I'll be done with college, and I'll have to be figuring out how to survive in the real world. But I'm still really, really looking forward to them. Aside from that, Monster Hunter will be out soonish. SMT5 will be out someday. I think this year? I don't remember. I hope so. I've been waiting for that for a while. There was something else that was coming out this year that I was looking forward to, but I can't quite remember. Pokemon Snap at least will come out before I graduate, so I'll be able to goof around in that for a little bit. But, of course, I'm going to be buying a lot of games out in Monster Hunter. I'm going to have to really be looking at my funds because of how limited they are. I've been trying to apply for other jobs, get a paid internship so I can get my career started instead of working at a shitty dog place with shitty hours. But you know, life is life. You have to make do with what you get. I've been thinking more and more about the future. I really want to make content for a living. I want to write. I want to do YouTube. I want to be creative. But obviously, you know, that's still a long way from being a viable career. There's still a lot we could do towards that end. So until we get to something, a point where we can do that, I just kind of have to figure out what I'm doing. Whiteguard asks, what is your favorite SCP article that you have read so far? Also, I have begun development on a gaming project with a group. Any interest on being a tester? Ooh. Okay, so I think my favorite SCP so far is the one we read in the most recent episode. But aside from that, ignoring that beforehand, it's tricky. There's a couple. I really liked Lily Veselka. I really like Dr. Wondertainment Dragon Snails. They're not like an amazing article. They're just nostalgic for me. That was the first SCP I ever read and one of the only ones I ever read before starting the podcast, and I think they're cute. What else? There's actually a bunch I've liked. I really like Cassie a lot. She's probably not my favorite, but she's up there. I really liked that Broken God one. That was about like the Broken God Church versus the whatevers at the beach. I really like the one that was like a pen that like, or what was it, a sword or a pen or something that like gave people the memories of like Arthurian legends and shit. Um, those are all pretty good. Generally, I like the more religious ones, the more narrative-driven ones, and like, oh, it's a big scary monster, and you can't kill it no matter what you do because it's just so good. And oh, you don't get it, you're not epic enough. It's like whatever, I don't fucking care. Um, but I really like the narrative ones. I really like the ones that are based on like religion or world building, and they've got like shit going on with them. Those are pretty cool in general. Um, I also, not an SCP, but I really liked the Anti-Memetics Tales with Marianne Wheeler. Those were a lot of fun. What about you, White Guard? Or I guess this isn't really a medium where your answer would be on the stream, but I'm still curious. Um, and also games. Sorry, you mentioned, do I want to be a tester? I would love to play your game. I would love to give you my thoughts. I don't know if I should volunteer myself to be a tester for you in an official capacity because I'm really freaking busy between the channel and figuring out what's going on with my life with college and career. So I don't know if I could be like a full-time, like, all right, give you an accurate bug report, do this day to day or week to week. But if you just need someone to play it for a little bit and give you their thoughts, I would be honored. But beyond that, I don't want to offer my services and disappoint you with a lack of work ethic because I just got too much shit going on. Good Day says, so Darnell, what are your thoughts on Van Richten's guide to Ravenloft? 2 new subclasses and a whole bestiary a la Volos and Mordenkainen's totally based. Not as based as Spelljammer, mind you, but based nonetheless. I would also have really liked to see Dark Sun or Spelljammer, yeah. I did not know about the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft thing. You brought that to my attention. I thought the newest thing was Mysteries of Candle Deep or whatever the fuck. I guess I wasn't paying too much attention. It's been a whirlwind the last few weeks as I try to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Let me look that up real quick. Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Van Richten, I believe, is the guy. He's probably in other shit. He's in Strahd. He's a hunter. Let's see. Travel to familiar domains, and build custom domains. Expanded domains of dread. Dark Lords. Discover a host of new backgrounds and trinkets themed for a horror setting. College of Spirits for bards. Undead Pact for warlocks. Explore dark gifts for characters. It sounds cool, but it seems like a little not enough. It's very specific, yeah. Horror monsters and 2 kind of themed subclasses. If it's at normal D&D book price, I might not even pick it up, to be honest. When's it supposed to come out? Let me check. It might say it on the page. 18th of May 2021. That's not too far off, like 3 months. Yeah, that would be cool. I haven't had much time for D&D recently, unfortunately. I've been in a couple of friends' games, but I just can't run anymore. And I know Aiko and Rad and all them are probably still disappointed I had to cancel our campaign before. Because I was just a combination of so busy, and I kind of lost motivation after some blah blah happened. I still felt really bad about it because I know it was Brett and Aiko's first campaign, and I really wanted to see it through for them, but just I lost motivation after a certain thing happened, and I couldn't run. I got really far, though. We did like 20 plus sessions. But I still love it. I plan to do more D&D. And like I said, I've been playing in a couple of friends' things. We play very sporadically, though, because we're all busy adults finishing up college / already in the real world. So we meet like once every few weeks whenever we all have a free day. It's very sporadic, but when we do play, we play usually a pretty long time. But other than that, I mean, I've been doing a secret roleplay thing with a couple of friends that I don't want to talk about because I don't want it to be out to the wider world. But that's been fun, and it's let me practice my MS Paint skills a little. But yeah, $49.95. I think that's too much. That's standard D&D book price for what it's giving, and for how little I utilize horror and D&D in general, and the fact that I'm not playing it much, and the fact that I'm going to be buying a bunch of games that are coming out this year. I'm probably going to pass. Maybe I'll pick it up at a later date when I'm, got more money lying around and more desire for the setting. But as it stands, the 2 things it's adding are already in UA. I mean, maybe they've been edited for this book, but I'm sure someone will be able to get me the differences. So I'll probably pass on it. all things considered. Not to diminish your hype or say it's going to be a bad book, but for just the nicheness of it and for the price, I can't really justify picking it up. I would be really excited to see Spelljammer or Dark Sun get ported instead of all these various bestiaries and little subclass things. Like Candledeep Cove, I'm not going to hate on Dungeons & Dragons. I never want to promote a community of like, oh, I can't believe they did this or whatever. But I really was hoping for Spelljammer when they were teasing a book, and I was very disappointed that it was a thing that no one really knows or cares about much. I mean, mysteries are cool and all, but they just often don't work in tabletop mediums. You know, people aren't there to piece together a complex mystery, and when it's overly simple, then what's the point of it being a mystery in the first place? You know what I mean? It's just not my cup of tea. But then again, I've never been good at puzzles and like writing mysteries. I've always been a very direct guy who likes to get to the action, who likes to get to the characters. That's often where I focus my writing on and my DMing on, rather than like, oh, this person, like foreshadowing, dropping a big thing, and here's little tidbits of clues that lead you to the end. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's personally fun to even play with, but I'm bad at running it. I don't like running it. It's tedious, and oftentimes I even tried a little mystery in the campaign I was running for Ico and Brett and all of them, and like they just missed every clue I would throw at them. Even when I tried to be really obvious, they would just not pick up on stuff, and it was disheartening. And I was like, what's the point? If I make it any more in their face at that point, it's like, what's the point of it being a mystery? It's just more bullshit plot. So I just whatevered on it. Whiteguard says, fair enough. Unfortunately, you haven't read 4 out of my top 5 articles. However, Cactus What Happened to Site 13 is one of my top 5. It came out several months before I joined the wiki, so I remember reading it before Cactus added the big action log with Samsara at the end. To be fair, I loved both versions. Well, I only know the latter version, but either way, that was an interesting article. It was fun to read. It was interesting. It was a little too long and partially punctuated by having to actually read it out loud. Made it more difficult. That somewhat biases our or at least my opinion sometimes. I try not to, and most of the time I recognize it. But like, there's a difference between reading an SCP just like casually on your own in your head and having to read it for an audience and use your voice for that long and do different voices, and it becomes a kind of a pain in the ass when it's so long. That's why I like low-key usually dread longer articles. Especially even though Tan usually does a lot of the description reading, because often he'll popcorn to me or there'll be scripts we read from. And it's just like, you know, it's draining to do in a podcast format. So I really respect the guys on YouTube that record that shit and go all in on it. You know, I'm glad you liked it. I really liked having Cactus on. I would love to have Cactus on more, but we kind of made a commitment. We want to have all our guests on again once before we start recycling guests. And also, I haven't heard from Cactus personally in a while. Like, I follow his Twitter and all, but he hasn't really responded to my tweets. I haven't talked to him in a bit, and I don't want to bother him because I know he's got a lot going on, and I know he's been doing his own stuff with what's going on with the wiki, yada yada. I don't really involve myself with all that. But I would love to have him on again. When we had him on, he was a very chill, down-to-earth guy. He's really fun to talk to. I think he's super charismatic, and he added to the podcast a lot. He was funny. I would love to have him on again. But first, we want to get through all our other guests. And I know there's a guest that wasn't originally in our guest plans. I don't think they're in the book. Not the book, the group chat. But I'm going to have one of those. I'm going to get through everyone in our group chat, figure things out as we go. So it'll probably be a while before Cactus is on again, if ever. But hopefully he is. And I'm glad you enjoyed Site 13. Don't tell me what the other 4 SCPs you like are, because I don't want to, you know, be on the lookout for them and spoil the surprise or whatever. But yeah, I will say the episode coming out tomorrow, I personally think is pretty great. I think people will like it a lot. I liked it a lot. It's fun. It's exciting. It's going to open a lot of doors. So keep your eyes peeled. Brandon Hamilton! I assume that's Hamilton. Otherwise, you just got an extremely happy... introduction for no reason. He says, what is popping Discovering SCP Crew? I don't know if you should call it Discovering SCP Crew, unless you mean like the fandom, in which case, yeah. Because Tan's not here. He is never here on streams with me. He was here for one stream for like an hour, but just because generally the time I stream is when he goes down for bed. So it's half of Discovering SCP Crew. Cactus is a great dude. We talk pretty frequently. He may or may not be helping write for my game project. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, he is a great dude. I really enjoy him. You are a pretty cool guy yourself, Whiteguard, and I'm excited to hear more about your game. And like I said, if you want someone to play it and like give an opinion, I'd be happy to. But if you need like a real game tester that like reports bugs is more concrete, I would look elsewhere. Good Day says, if you can't really commit to a long-standing campaign, could I recommend a rules light system like Goblin Quest or one of its rules hacks? There's even hacks based on Cthulhu and Sean Bean. It's not that I can't commit to a long. It's not that it's not a matter of rules. I'm actually incredibly well versed in the rules of Dungeons and Dragons and a couple other things. I don't really need to worry about that. It's not about how rules heavy it is. It's about the time of a long-standing campaign, the meetings, the wear and tear, the planning. The how light or how heavy the rules are doesn't really affect that for me at the moment. And like I said, there was more of like an incident with it with the other group that kind of tore off my motivation for it. I appreciate the suggestion. And Goblin Quest is something I've been meaning to look at for a little bit. But currently, I have my own private roleplay project, like I said, that has been a lot of fun. It's very simple. It's written format, and I do little art, and it's been a lot of fun. And I've had a good time with it, and I can kind of do it at my own pace. And usually I hate play-by-post, but in the sort of format I'm doing it in, it goes faster than usual, which makes it really fun and like endearing. And it's just been a good time. Brandon Hamilton says, I'm incredibly well versed in swag. Same in doing your mom. Fuck off. Oh, Omega lol, it's over for you now. I don't know how it's over for me, Brandon Hamilton. I truly don't. But I might take you up on your offer if you are Hamilton for thumbnails in the future. I made the one for this one. I've been doing a gimmick of like putting my face on things, but there's only so much official game art, and a lot of it doesn't really fit that format, so I might request your help, but I just really don't want to use you or anyone else's art or services if I can't pay for them, especially when I just talked about buying games in the future, too. But, like, I just don't have a lot of money in the budget for, like, thumbnail art and shit, and I don't want to take advantage of people either. But that's something I have thought about a little bit, and I talked to Tan. I don't know. I want him. It's been a very long time since he brought up a thing he wanted to do on the channel that, again, I won't spoil, but I really hope he gets to it soon. I hope he didn't lose motivation for it, and it's just that he's busy. I know he's also working on another new thing, not for the channel, but I don't want to spoil that. That's going to be pretty interesting. Well, maybe not pretty interesting. I don't want to overhype it, but interesting. And we've been chugging through Amori. Amori's been a lot of fun. I really like playing Amori with Tan. We really enjoy it, even though we're going through it like at a snail's pace. Brandon Hamilton says, "Yeah, buddy." I don't know in reference to what? Probably the art thingy. Amori's been great. Aetheral Space. I really like reading that. Tan likes writing it. I'm really glad to see him commit and stick with something, because he's tried to write books before and stopped, and that's not an insult to him. If you ever try to write a book, it's really fucking hard to stick to it. It's a lot of work, a lot of time. It's not all fun and games. There's a level of professionalism required, a lot of editing work. And even though it's a web serial more than the book, like the same stuff applies. So that he stuck with it this long, I'm really proud of him. And I'm really excited to continue to see where Aetheral Space goes. The current arc is longer than both of the other arcs combined at this point, I think. It's really freaking long. And I wonder how it's going to end. Beyond that, podcast, as usual, is fun. Not this week's podcast, but next week in March. The podcast will come out on March 6th. And our first episode ever came out on March 7th, 2020. So that'll basically be our 1-year anniversary. And I'm really excited for that. We might do a bit of a retrospective or something, I don't know. But I can't believe we've been doing this for a whole year straight now. That's insane to me. And we've stuck with it. And, we could be putting in more production value, more effort. But given that we both have jobs and or like real life shit going on that we can't commit fully, I'm proud of how much we've improved considering that in terms of like mic, audio quality, technique. Even if we're not, up there with the real YouTubers that pour their everything into it, I still feel proud of us and what we've accomplished. And we also are very, very grateful to you guys and our fan base. We're surprised by how much we've grown, to be honest. And we only hope to continue seeing that happen more and more with our community, because it's always fun. I'm always a little bit sad when the server's quiet, because I'm like, oh, I love hearing from you guys. But at the same time, I don't participate that much because, like I said, I got my own shit going on, yada, yada, yada. But it's fun little community. Maybe it will stop being fun if it gets really big. I don't know, but as it is right now, it's neat. And oh, sorry for yawning. Alcohol makes me tired. I drink quite a bit. A lot of life right now is just me trying to figure out how to be an adult, get a job so I can move out of the house as soon as possible. Figure out what I'm going to do with my career, where to go forward with the channel, how to make that work, bills, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. All that scary stuff. That means I don't get to write bullshit roleplay as much anymore and do fun things. But life goes on. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work, and hopefully, I will be able to support myself and be out on my own pretty soonish, within a couple of years or so. Uh, just it's scary getting older and having more and more responsibilities. Biggest fear for me is moving out. I just got so much shit at this house. I can't even imagine packing it all up and then resetting it all up. That's how freaking lazy I am. But, whatever. Yes, JoJo meme, says Brandon Hamilton. Yes, I am. Yeah. Oh, I can hear someone came home. Sorry about that. That probably didn't pick up on the mic, but let's see. Yeah, just a lot on the channel. I'm really sorry I didn't stream last week. Just was not feeling up to it, and I didn't have the energy. And I don't want to be one of those people that flakes over like vague, I don't have energy, I'm sad today kind of stuff. But I'm also a person, a human being, and sometimes I need a break. But I'll try to be more consistent this week onward. Do more of this stuff for you guys, because I really do love streaming for y'all and making content, but I just wasn't up to it last week. And I was kind of worried that people had lost interest when no one voted on the game and the announcements or did any reacting. But I'm happy to see you guys show up. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me to know that you guys enjoy hearing me talk and playing silly games. Trying to find more and more games to play. It's like I hypothetically own a lot of games. Well, a lot of games I don't know how good they are for YouTube kind of deal. You know what I mean? Or a lot of them are just crap I randomly picked up on Steam. Don't be sorry. Take care of yourself, says Good Day. Of course, of course. Thank you. But yeah, hopefully I'll be more consistent. I can't ask too much more of Tanhoney. He already does a lot of the editing. Like, I offered help, but, honestly, he takes care of a lot and lets me focus on school. And he's already busy with his own life. I can't really push him to be like, hey, you better get a shit post out on Tuesday. I know he hasn't done it in a couple of weeks, but I think we just have to accept that the shit posts are going to be infrequent and let it be. Because I don't want to push him to make videos just for the sake of making videos. And I really hope he eventually gets to that series he's been talking to me about, because I think you guys will like that a lot. He's got a lot of grand visions. It's just, it's hard when you're an adult to divide your energy between work and, the mainstay crap of the channel and, all the shit you got going on. You just don't always have as much energy to do the things you want to do. And that's fine. That's fair. It's just sad. That's why I always say I wish the day had more hours, to be honest. More time in general. Sometimes it all feels too fast. Like, tomorrow's Saturday, and I still have to write some papers for school that I haven't started on. I gotta get on that shit. I have to write a paper on the Sex Pistols and their importance in the punk movement in Britain. Who cares about that shit, Just trying to pass out fucking humanity. Get that out of the way. But yeah, all things considered, assuming nothing terrible happens, I should graduate after the summer semester, and then I'm it. If I don't get an internship by then, I might be fucked. I don't know. But yet still I keep pushing things off. I keep freaking out. Executive dysfunction, and it's part of being an adult. But no matter what happens, I'll figure something out, I think. So I'm lucky in that regard. Not everyone can say the same. But I'll say it for those of you who are still pretty young. Enjoy it while it lasts. I know that sounds cliche, and it's probably annoying because, high schoolers or whatever have their own problems, but it's really true. The older you get, the more bills you have to pay and the more shit you have to worry about. It's not fun. I mean, some people, they really rise to the occasion with the responsibility, and to an extent, I think I did as well when they first started getting heaped on me, but, I'm also a very low-energy person, and, it's a little overwhelming at times, and that's fine. Things are overwhelming sometimes. You get used to them, but I'm just saying, like, don't panic or anything, but do enjoy and appreciate what you've got going now, because it always gets busier and more stressful the older you get. So, don't take it for granted. And that's all the more reason. I wish I had started a YouTube, done more creative stuff earlier. All the more reason, like I was saying on the other variety stream, that if you want to do something, just start doing it. Don't hesitate. Don't worry about if it's good enough. Just start putting out art or videos or music or whatever the hell you want to do if you have a creative endeavor. Just start working towards it. Don't make excuses or wait for later. White Guard says, I feel ya. I do my SCP interviews, am a wiki staff member, program for a game, and open up a little company. My day job and I am getting married this summer. Oh, my day job and I am getting married this summer. Hey! Congratulations on your marriage, White Guard! Hell yeah. School keeps you really busy, but do appreciate the time you have friends. Brandon Hamilton says, the boomer Darnell R. He talks about his fears of the future, bills, and the wife he hates. I don't have a wife. I don't even have a girlfriend. I have very little dating experience, and none of it has been good. I'm not very good at romance. I'm not very good at all that stuff. And, now that I do college from home and I'm about to graduate, there's not really a lot of opportunities to meet people. And, honestly, with the way I am in a position mentally and all the shit I'm focusing on, I'd rather get myself straightened out first, even if that means I miss the opportunity for romance, as much as that would be nice. I just don't worry about that right now. But yes, indeed, White Guard, seriously awesome that you're getting married. I hope everything goes well. I can tell you're a busy guy. You're also a very awesome guy. We hadn't talked in a couple months until recently, I don't think. But, you're a pretty cool guy. I like your interviews. It's always fun when you're around. Date me then, Darnell. I'm sorry, Brandon Hamilton, but I am straight. I am terribly sorry. Please forgive me. White Guard says, lol. Also, dating fans, even though obviously you're joking, it sounds like a yikes to me, because that sounds like a recipe for getting canceled out of context with how much shit you see on the internet. Just no. Just never, ever, ever, never. Do I drink more alcohol, or do I let myself think straight? I don't know. What is the correct answer? What is a man but a miserable pile of substances? Am I right, boys? Congrats, White Guard says good day. Indeed. Everybody grats to White Guard, to be honest. I'm very proud of him. Very cool guy. LMAO, of course it's a joke. Not even going to cross that line if it's a problem. Based. Thank you, Brandon. White Guard says thanks. Yeah. Speaking of marriage, a lot of my friends are getting married or have fiancés or getting engaged. It's very scary. I'm like, I made a tweet the other day. I was like, everyone else gets married. I simply have 2 podcasts. Speaking of, the second one has basically ended. The last episode's recorded. It just has to be edited. I just simply don't have time to edit it. I've edited every other episode, so I'm trying to get one of my co-hosts to edit it for once. One of them volunteered. I'll see how long it takes, but when it's up, I'll put it in Plug Zone, let everyone know, and then it will be finished. They talked about doing like an anime analysis weekly podcast, but honestly, as much as I love my co-hosts, they're great people, and I know they're just busy, but I don't think they can be consistent like Tanhoney can. They don't show up every week. They'll drop things at the drop of a hat because they're not feeling well enough all the time. And just like, I don't know if I really want to... And they make me do all the editing, pretty much. So it's just like, I don't want to invest any further in that. Once Good Morning Poon Poon is done, I think I'll just remain friends with them and cut off, like, podcasting stuff and all that and let them take care of that. But Good Morning Poon Poon was fun. They're great people. They really are. There's nothing wrong with them. They were tremendous to meet and talk to. I'm glad I got to make friends with them and work with them. Brandon Hamilton says, more funny alcohol. Haha, go, gulp, gulp. He also says, let's get a new podcast going. Brainstorm topics? No. 2 podcasts at a time only worked because they were so infrequent. Even though I hated it, the fact that we only met like every few weeks or even over a month at a time made it much easier than trying to run 2 at the same time. People don't realize it takes a lot of time to make content, record it, put it out. And we have the benefit of having a lot of stuff done by Lon Lang and Anomalous, as well as not having a high production value, which may bring in more, viewers and be higher quality, but takes significantly more time. And even still, it takes a lot. We have to schedule our weeks very carefully just to make things work and get stuff out the same days every week. And it's, like I said, I love making content. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm glad we started this, but like running two different things at the same time was a nightmare, and I don't want to do that again. At least not unless, like, it would be a different story if I graduate from college and then I could do this for a living. If I could do creative shit for a living and not have to worry about, like, having another job, sure, 2 podcasts would be fine again. But otherwise, never again. Too much. Whiteguard says, lol, every time I see my friends, we normally start out conversations by commenting on people from high school are getting married around us. Yeah, it's terrifying. All my friends are getting married, Whiteguard. I totally feel you. It's horrifying. I don't even have a girlfriend. It's scary. Everyone's growing up. I even have friends who have kids now, or are like, their wives are pregnant. Tuskact 4 says, hello, random YouTube I don't remember subscribing to, lol. Hello, Tuskact 4. You have good taste in JoJo parts, because part 7 is freaking awesome. Brandon Hamilton says, time to bring in more production value. Thumbnail time. Look, if you're really truly offering and you truly don't care, I would take you up, but I don't want to take advantage of you or any artists. I really, really don't. Not only because morally I have so many artist friends and I just, wanna do right, but I just see that being a thing I would get canceled for in the future. Like, oh, he didn't pay his thumbnail artist. What a piece of shit. Fucking ruin him. Here's his docs. You know what I mean? People on the internet are fucking insane. They will ruin your life over anything. And it's just, no, it's not worth it. Like, if you truly, truly didn't care, I would consider it, but I just don't want to use you, and I don't want to get fucked. You know what I mean? Boo-hoo. Take advantage of me, says Hamilton. No! You're my Nakama! Dude, you're like my Nakama. You're like my brother from another mother. I don't know why I was doing like a Xavier Renegade Angel voice. Also, I'm gonna cancel you in 2 years, so prep for that. Please don't. Please. I just want to live a peaceful life as a better person I am now as an adult than I was when I was a kid. I don't want to, I just want to live a quiet life, like Yoshikage Kira. I say quiet life like having a YouTube is fucking quiet and linking it to your personal identity instead of using a screen name like an idiot. Oh, man. But yeah, life's life, and it goes on, and there's good and bad to it, and there's a lot of shit, blah, 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 boring, boomer bullshit. But, this is kind of fun. It's a little bit cathartic to talk to you guys. I enjoy answering your questions and chatting with y'all. It's super fun. I like these parts of streams. Brandon Hamilton, I hold you at gunpoint, he says. No, please. Anything but. I don't know why I'm holding this. Just to hold it. Amori and another Aetherol coming out on Sunday. There's the podcast tomorrow. This weekend I'll be pretty busy doing bullshit for school. My thingy. Got some hours next week. My shitty job. Still trying to apply to other places. After this weekend, there will only be 1 week left of this section of my online classes, because the way my online classes work is they cram an entire class into 8 weeks, like half a semester, and then the next half you do more classes, and you just go on and on and on. So after this weekend, there will be 1 week left, the final week. Then I'll be done. Then I'll do the next 8 weeks, done, and then I'll have the summer semester, and that'll be either one set of 8 weeks or 2 more, and then I'm done. So I'm getting close, anyways. And then I will have my degree in business and cybersecurity. Sure, part 7 is cool, but part 4 is greater. I don't know, part 7 is honestly probably the best part. It's really fucking good. Part 2 is also really fucking good. I really like part 2 a lot. A friend of ours watched it recently and had a good time. A friend that wasn't really into JoJo. Because Tan was running a JoJo RP that I was in, as well as another JoJo friend of ours, and we originally had another guy, but he kind of bailed because of blah, blah, blah bullshit, blah, blah, blah drama. So we invited a guy that hadn't watched JoJo, but who we'd role-played with in the past, who was fun, and he filled the role pretty nicely. And we kept telling him to watch JoJo, and he put it off. But finally, someone compared Joseph to some obscure bullshit game character he liked, so he watched it, and he was like, this is awesome. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. And we're trying to get him to watch the other parts. He's not liking them as much, but still, part 2 just goes to show how awesome part 2 is. Joseph is freaking amazing. I really like JoJo's a lot. Very over the top, very hammy, very fun. Other than that, the only anime I've been watching is Re:Zero. I got caught up to that recently with Tan. We had a lot of fun watching that. I've been channeling big Roswell energy. Aside from that, though, I haven't watched much anime. I just don't have time to watch anime anymore. Like, I read a lot of manga because it's easier to start and stop. Mostly rom-com stuff, and then, like, I read, like, Berserk and shit, but mostly, like, cheesy rom-com stuff, and it's easy to pick up and go as you please. Tuss Act 4 says, me when I have to explain why I cheated on a test. My heart and actions are utterly unclouded. They are all those of justice. Nice. I dig it. Brandon Hamilton says, it probably doesn't come across, but I'm not the biggest anime fan, but I've been watching Attack on Titan, of course. My sentences sound god-awful. I've been reading Attack on Titan. I'm a couple chapters behind. It comes out monthly, but the chapters have gotten so exposition-y and long. But Attack on Titan, I don't know how far you are. I don't want to spoil anything. I encourage you not to spoil anything, but Attack on Titan goes fucking insane with its story. It really 180s and does a lot of interesting things with its characters that I was not expecting when I started the series. That really made it for me, to be honest. But it's also impossible to be an Attack on Titan fan these days without getting everything spoiled for you because of how the community is. So I feel for you in that regard, unless you've somehow remained to be unspoiled. Let me think. Yeah, Attack on Titan's been pretty crazy. So yeah, like I said, I hadn't read like the last few chapters of Attack on Titan. I still know exactly what's happening because immediately I have friends that just spoiled. They don't give a fuck. Because that's how balls to the walls the series is right now. I think it's like 2 or 3 chapters from ending, maybe even 1 chapter. JoJo is the anime version of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, campy as all hell. It is very campy, it is very flamboyant, it's also very manly, it's very cool, it's very action-y, it's just so much going for it. It's got so much style and just creativity that I love it to bits and pieces. And it's a shame because everyone's like, oh, you probably got into JoJo from the memes, right? Or, oh, I get what JoJo is because of the memes. I'm not like a JoJo's premise. I don't think it's the greatest manga ever that you have to watch it, but that really bothers me. And I actually didn't get into JoJo from the memes. I got into JoJo in probably the most mundane way any JoJo fan's ever gotten into it. My friend started watching it because it was campy, and he told me about it, and he said, hey, Curtis, all the like characters and like the abilities later are named after rock bands, American rock bands, because he knows I love rock music and like rock history. And I was like, oh shit, really? So that's why I started watching. It had nothing to do with memes. Whiteguard says, I watched the first season year ago. I started the second season shortly after and just couldn't get into it. I didn't like anyone but Levi at the end. I have a buddy that is super into it, though. It really picks up later on, Whiteguard. I can't tell you why because of spoilers, but the series basically goes from your typical shonen to, like, some fuck shit. Like, absolute fuck shit. I don't want to spoil for you, but I cannot express enough. I don't mean, like, there's a crazy fight or a character has some big development. I mean it goes insane. Like, it goes so 180. And I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it. And I'm not saying you have to read it or watch it. I totally get your decision to drop it at season 2. But it just really goes balls off the fucking walls. It's nothing I think anyone expected if they didn't get spoiled. It's insane. Tusk Act 4. I'm just waiting for the end of Part 8 of JoJo to see if Gappy's stand evolves, Uwu. This guy thinks Part 8's gonna end. Classic mistake. White Guard says years ago. Brandon Hamilton says, dude, that's how I got into it. I love rock and roll. LMAO. Nice. I love rock too. I love most music, to be honest. And I mean that in the largest sense. I know a lot of people say they love music and they like 3 genres. I like most genres. I'm not the biggest fan of techno. I don't like a lot of country. But by and large, if it's good, I like it. I'm not very picky. But rock in particular and alt rock both have a close place in my heart because I grew up with them. A lot of my family members love it too. Good Day says, same, my good friend just wouldn't shut up about it, lol. Yeah, pretty much. As I guess, toxic, I really hate the fucking word toxic, as the JoJo community was, their persistence in evangelizing people to it made the series a lot more popular and got a lot more attention, which I'm grateful for, even if it was a little annoying at the time. And I'm so glad my friend got me into it, because I freaking love JoJo. Tusk Act 4 says Attack on Titan wise. Attack on Titan wise what? So you forfeit your right to live if you don't like Daft Punk. Daft Punk is an exception. I like Daft Punk. I remember I was asking you about a song the other day and you helped me find it. Around the world, White Guard says. Speaking of singing, I tried to get karaoke moving, and all these people told me I would love to do karaoke. And then I hosted karaoke nights, and no one showed up. They made excuses, or they were too shy, and it would... The first time, Boris and a couple other guys pulled through and showed up, and it was fun, but, like, second and third time, no one came, and I was just like, okay. So I haven't really ran any karaokes, but I'd love to. I love to sing. Very passionate about music. Part 8 doesn't even have a BBEG, and you think it's going to end? Get a look at this guy, says G'day. Yeah, I haven't kept up with Part 8 in fucking forever. I'm very behind, because I just know it's not going to end anytime soon. I'd rather wait for it to end, if it does, to binge it. In general, JoJo's is a lot of fun. Does he realize that's Daft Punk, says Brandon Hamilton. Do I? No. That means they would have sang it more like around the world, and that like thing they did. Speaking of Daft Punk, they retired recently, which is very common for musicians to do, and like take their money, take the money and like relax after they provide entertainment. But I guess because Daft Punk is understandably so big and important to a lot of younger people, people really seem to take it hard compared to when a lot of other bands retired. Like there was for a day. Fucking, because you know how the internet is, but for a day, like, it was all I saw everywhere was memes about it, was like heartfelt essays about how Daft Punk was the meaning for their existence, bullshit internet grandstanding. But I do respect the legacy they created and the music they make. I think they did leave a cultural impact on the world, but I always hate when people like act like something was the most important thing in the world when it ends or when a celebrity dies or whatever, and they try to fucking moral grandstand on you. Like, bands retire all the time. It happens. Unless you're a legacy rock band and you perform until you fucking die because you're insane. I'm looking at you, Bad Company, and many others. ZZ Top, etc. Yeah, it's totally normal. I respect them for it. They made a good cultural impact. They're cool guys. But I just can't respect people that, like, who would never talk about Daft Punk and then suddenly have, like, a 3-page essay about how it was the meaning of existence. It's like, fuck off. You just want attention while they're retiring. White Guard says 1993 to 2021. Yeah, that's when Daft Punk ran. Good Day says Part 8 will end the moment Part 6 gets animated. False. Addy S says Tron Legacy. Enough said. I have never seen that. Tron Legacy. Probably get to that. Also, welcome, Addy S. Always good to see you on the streams. Honestly, super saddening, says Brandon Hamilton. I introduced so many people to Daft Punk. It's weird how many people didn't recognize them. I think that's because there was a large kind of break where their music... I don't know if they stopped making music. I'm not a big enough Daft Punk fan to know, or if their music stopped like going viral. But there was like... I think between like 2012, 2013 and the present, they kind of went radio silent. So when they retired, for a lot of people that weren't big into Daft Punk, it was like, oh, wait, shit, they existed again? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly what White Guard says. Daft Punk was one of those groups that I love their music, but would often forget about them in between albums and hits. Exactly, because it's the kind of stuff that hits you in the moment. It's popular for a while. It's not to say it doesn't have substance, but then it like fades, because that's the kind of music it was based around. Clubs, techno, popularity. So when the popularity fades, it kind of fades from memory. Not to say I don't mean to imply that it was a fad or anything, but you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't surprise me. But that's all the more reason why I think it's bullshit when people are like, oh, Daft Punk, my whole life, they were the biggest inspiration. It's like, fuck off. You didn't even talk about them for years at a time. You just want internet attention. Yeah, 8-year break. Last album was 2014. Exactly. Fucking exactly. But still, they did leave a big mark on the music industry, and, props to them. They retired. At least they let their audience know, too. Yeah, a lot of people just fade into obscurity. So good on them. They communicated, they set the world on fire for a little bit at a time, and then they, finished up. Nothing wrong with it. And I wish them the best. I hope they have happy lives. But that's the nature of music. Some bands don't last nearly as fucking long. Like Sex Pistols lasted... Hold on. Because I only know this because I read about it in rock music, and also that's the band I'm writing about. How long was Sex Pistols together? It was like 3 years, maybe? It was like nothing. 2.5 years, yeah. A lot of bands break up really quick. Like, they remain famous, partially because of, like, pop cultural, like, not pop cultural, cultural relevance, but, like, a lot of bands, especially in the past, were not together for more than a handful of years at best. So 1993 to 2021 is a pretty good frickin' record, all things considered. Addy S says, I like that about them. They're known for their music and nothing else. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with being political or having a stance as a musician. In fact, a lot of that, can be spread really well with music. But also, I respect a band that they make good music and then they leave it at that. They don't need to fucking, pretend there's some deeper meaning behind it. They make good music, they make an impression, they impact culture, and then they're out. They don't have to fucking pretend that they had some deep philosophy behind their work or an understanding of the universe. Daft Punk, I respect them for that. Brandon Hamilton says, I can't believe my favorite band is breaking up. Guys, donate to my Patreon and go fund me for my grief. Correction, it was 2013. Yeah. Brandon Hamilton says, Nirvana be like, it's 1994, gotta stop playing music now. Obviously, that's not how it went down, but for the sake of the funnies, yeah. As a guy with the same initials as Kurt Cobain and the same name, I honestly wish I could be as cool as Kurt Cobain, and it's really sad to think what happened to him, and all the shit with Courtney Love. It's just a great fucking band, though. They weren't around very long either, and they were a huge impact. You know what I mean? All things considered, Daft Punk had a pretty long run, even if there was a great deal of time between their albums and singles. That's a long frickin' time for a band to stay together. A lot of the most popular bands you've heard of probably haven't stayed around that long. Rock bands are kind of an exception. They play until they die, I am pretty sure. A lot of them do, and it's insane, even when they're really old. Yeah, not every band needs to be Rage Against the Machine, exactly. That joke was awful, and obviously, and then Dave Grohl has Foo Fighters. That joke was awful in retrospective. I don't know what you're talking about, Brandon. You're fine. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with political music. Nothing wrong with having a message. But you also don't need to pretend anytime a band you like goes away that they were like the reason for living and they provided this grand philosophy for you. Daft Punk made good music, and that's it. That's even longer time they've been around. Rage Against the Machine was Soundgarden first, a superior band, LMAO. So that's even longer time they've been around. I'll say this right now, Brandon. I like to think I'm a pretty good music fan. Pretty big music fan. I know a good bit about music history. I did not fucking realize that Soundgarden and Rage Against the Machine was the same thing. Are you sure it wasn't just the singers transferred or something? Because Soundgarden made Black Hole Sun and a couple other songs that I like. I did not realize they were the same fucking band. It would make more sense to me if it was like the singer transferred or a couple members in the whole band. But if that's true, big if true. I did not fucking realize that. Most of their substance is from Chris Cornell, LMAO. Dude, isn't that crazy, says Brandon. Yeah, that is crazy. Big if true. I need to fact check you on that. Is Soundgarden Rage Against the Machine? Okay, no. So it was more what I thought about. They're all Rage Against the Machine, Soundgarden, and Audioslave were all different bands, but Chris Cornell was like the head of them all, and you can tell by singing style. And I knew that. I knew Audioslave and Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine had the same singer. It makes sense that Soundgarden was involved in that. It was the singer that transferred over. It wasn't the exact same band. It wasn't all the members. Yeah, it's not uncommon for an artist or like a person in a band to be in multiple bands, especially back in the day. Totally normal, but it's more relevant because Chris Cornell is such a huge influence and because of his great style and all the bands. Gotta head out. Take it easy, peep, says White Guard. Yeah, see you, White Guard. But yeah, Chris Cornell's pretty insane. He goes ape on the mic. Hey, Chris Cornell's the singer, right? I'm gonna feel so dumb. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, that was what you were thinking of, Brandon. It is indeed still cool. Savage Garden, the Chicka Chair Free Cola guys? No, Soundgarden's different. They did Black Hole Sun. Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sign, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Those guys. An Audio Slave did Like a Stone, which I also love. And then Rage Against the Machine did all kinds of crazy shit, but it was much more screamy than the other two bands. But it was and more political and more, punk relevant. Yeah, Chris Cornell, super influential, super big deal. It is a shame that he passed. Darnell is the new Kanye. How am I Kanye? I don't know much about Kanye. Please forgive me. Is it like, I don't know what you mean by that. Or if you're memeing on me again in typical Hamilton fashion. Oh wow, I've almost been doing this longer than I was doing Valhalla. I feel terrible. I just really love talking to you guys. It's really fun. It's freeform. Nothing wrong with the voice acting of Valhalla. If you guys liked Valhalla, again, let me know in the video discussion channel in the Discord. I can do more next week. But regardless, I like adding these sections at the end of whatever I stream. This is fun. So do you have an all-time favorite band, solo artist? Way too hard of a question, good day. I love so many bands and artists. It's way too hard to pick a favorite. That's something I've been asked like a dozen times, and I can never, ever settle on one. It's too hard. There are just too many I love and cherish and that are important to me. I could not pick one to stand above them all. I really like Green Day. I really like Nirvana. I really like Audio Slave. I really like too many. Weezer's really good. It's just, yeah, it's too hard for me. Too much music to pick. But I have a playlist. I'm pretty sure I've linked it in the music channel before on our server. I could always link it again with like some of my favorite songs from various artists put together, and it's pretty cool. Tool, my guess, but don't know. I do like Tool a lot, but Tool is actually something I came to love recently. A couple years back, my dad took me to a Tool concert. Tool live? Fucking insane. Tool fans are the biggest pieces of shit, though. Not to say if you like Tool, you're a piece of shit, but like the people in that audience, they like booed and were so shitty to like the intro band. They're just a bunch of jackasses. Awful people, really. But the band was fucking amazing live. And that first spiked my interest. And then recently, I found myself relating more and more to their music, and it's just fun to sing along to, or even add my own words over parts of like the instrumentals. And I've been listening to them a lot recently, but I would not call them my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. But they're definitely up there. Pretty cool guys. I really enjoy Tool. Both equally semi-famous and internet early 2010 bands. I still don't know how I'm Kanye. You did not tell me that. But, yeah. I like music a lot. I'm not going to pretend I'm the most musically knowledgeable. It's not like I even play an instrument. I just love to sing, and I love to listen and learn about music history, which is why I picked that humanity, because I was like, if I have to take a stupid fucking humanity, it might as well be something I like. And it is probably the most interesting thing I've read in college about the history of rock. Dude, I got to see Dokken live. They're super underrated. Dokken? I have never heard of Dokken. An American heavy metal band formed in 1979. It split up in 1989 and reformed 4 years later. Any charting singles? I bet I've heard one of their songs, but I just didn't recognize them as the band. Interesting. I'll have to look into them later. Alright, well, I've been chatting here for a hot minute, and I know it's only been 2 hours or so, but very tired, and, I drink, which adds to that. So I'm going to give you guys some time, because I know there's a delay, to ask any final questions, or say any final things you want, and I will answer, and then I'll probably call it. And I won't count this as your final stuff. Good day, but yes, I've heard of Tally Hall. I know Tally Hall. It's great and all that. Don't know Will Wood and the Tapeworms, but yeah, everybody knows Tally Hall. I saw a really funny meme about that. It was like white people be like, "Have you heard of Tally Hall and Lemon Demon?" And I do not like Lemon Demon. Tally Hall is pretty alright. They have a couple good songs, but I wouldn't put them up there in my favorites. So I don't even know what to call that genre of music. I've just been calling it like whimsical music, where it's just kind of bizarre and kind of fanciful. But yeah, I'll give everyone a final round of questions, things they want to say or ask, and then I will call it for the stream, I think. I've been spinning in my chair this whole time. I just realized I probably look like an insane person on the video. I do that a lot. Brandon Hamilton says the point is they don't stick to a genre. I assume in reference to Dawkins. Very interesting. A lot of bands are like that, to be honest. It's really hard to split a band up into any one genre. If you look up most bands, you'll probably see several genres listed for any band, because music just more and more is kind of associated with, like, genres associate with each other, etc. Brandon Hamilton says, anyway, have a good night, y'all. Let me know about anything for the channel. It would be great. Again, Brandon, if you're really truly offering and you really, really don't care, I might be interested, but I just don't want to take advantage of any artists, and I don't want to get fucking canceled in the future for that shit. But, you know, having thumbnail artists would be cool. I don't know. I'll talk to Tan about it. Maybe we can start a group chat, get that shit figured out. But, you know, I just want to play my cards safe. I don't want to take advantage of you. I also don't want to fucking ruin our YouTube before it begins. You know what I mean? So we'll get that figured out. Any other questions or chats? I'm going to give it 30 more seconds for stuff to appear in the chat, and then I'm going to call it. I'm counting. Alright, well, I don't see anything new in the chat, so I think we will call it here. Thank you so much, everyone who tuned in. Again, if you want to see more Valhalla, let me know in the video discussion channel of our Discord. If you like these chats, I'll try and keep doing them. Yada, yada, yada. Brandon Hamilton says, bro, it's not even that I don't care. I actively want to help out. My final message, goodbye. Oh, thanks. Thank you guys all for attending and listening. It means the world to me. I really appreciate when you guys come on stream and interact with me. It's really fun to see and talk to you all and play games or just chat and shoot the shit like this. Good night, Addie. Addie says night, y'all. So, yeah, and always, y'all are always welcome to hang out in the Discord. We enjoy seeing you guys. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. Enjoy the time you have. Appreciate what you've got in life while you've got it. Pursue things you want to pursue. Don't drink a lot of vodka on stream and get heartburn. Okay. Bye.